I didn't hear it prime. Battery's dead. To be continued. What up, Block fam? Welcome to today's episode where I'm going to be taking this Harley Davidson Iron 883 and kind of making a weird hybrid Harley Davidson Iron 72. So here's what I mean by that. So you guys will notice this is actually a 48 tank on here. I was gonna basically have a smaller tank on this and then we were gonna chopper this thing out, but we decided to do that with this 72. So frame here, Jake from TC Bros there, bunch of parts up there if you guys haven't seen that episode yet. I bought a 72 because it's got like chrome cases and all this stuff, right? So like here's all the parts from the 72. So you got chrome upper rockers, or the covers, like the lowers as well. Chrome on the fork legs. You've got chrome on the cases here. You got spoked wheels. We're gonna do that into the chopper instead. What we were gonna do is we were gonna use this tank. It does have a little bit of like sun damage on one side of it. It's not too bad, but yeah, we're gonna use this tank, and it's literally like the only thing we're gonna be able to use with the new kit because we got a new rear fender from TC Bros. And so rather than using this tank, because it's the Hard Candy Custom set from Harley Davidson, so rather than using that tank, we'll keep that tank. We'll use that tank instead on the 72 chopper. So that way we get to keep this red flaky Hard Candy Custom paint set. And I'm gonna take this paint set and I'm gonna put it onto this bike. Like I said, this is the bike that I bought from my buddy Jerry a while back. He was getting rid of it. He gave me a hell of a deal on it. And so I'm gonna basically swap the tank, swap the fenders. So it started as a Harley Davidson Iron. So it's gonna be a Harley Davidson Iron 72. What do you think about that?
Sick, dude. To go with it.
Apparently we're going with it. So I picked this front wheel up from a swap meet. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the 72 wheels, which are spoked wheels, onto this. So we're gonna have spoked wheels on Harley Davidson Iron. So the thing of the Iron is that it's all blacked out, right? So the tank, the stock one that comes with it, is like flat black covers, fenders, blacked out, features on the engines. That's the perk of the Iron. Like, people freaking love the fact that it's just kind of all blacked out from the factory. We're gonna throw basically some color on it, so it's gonna be red and black essentially, which is already what this is. You know, you've got the really flaky red, you've got the black in here, and then little bits of chrome here, and then I'll basically replace this wheel with those. I'll replace the rear one as well. We'll have that weird combo conversion of it being a Harley Davidson Iron, but also a 72. I don't know if you guys think that name makes sense, like a Harley Davidson Iron 72. I think that makes sense. Iron 72, right? Yeah, anyways, I'll make it work. So I have reached a stopping point for the time being because I've made a few decisions. So instead of just swapping the tins, I've made a few decisions to update some things. So one of the things I did find was that the tank lift that was on the other tank was actually broken right here. So you guys can see this is the bottom of the little tank earpiece and it just sheared right off. Got that off of Amazon a while back and clearly it didn't hold up. Just cheap Chinese stuff. So usually with the tank lift and the coil ignition relocation and stuff, I go with a company called DK Customs, and it is American made. Like, whenever you get it, it's a really quality steel. So we're gonna put in an order for a tank lift through them. We'll do like a 2-inch just so we have enough room for the wires, for the wire tuck there. So yeah, I got new tank lift for the front coming up. I did go ahead and I trimmed off the stock rear tail lights and indicators. So I did leave the harnesses attached and I've just got the wiring. I'm gonna just go ahead and, like, while I've got it up and apart, and I can get in here without the wheel being in here and route the wiring and stuff like that, I figure might as well throw some LEDs in there, like the RLNS ones that I have on my personal Sportster. Really bright, they look super clean, they're way more minimal. That's the plan. They'll basically fit right there, and then I will run the wiring in through all of this stuff pull it through here and then wire them into the electrical harnesses. The belt looks to be in pretty good condition, no issues there. And then we'll basically take that wheel, which is spoked, and we'll put it on here as well. Obviously, like whenever I take the axles out, I'm putting new grease on the axles. So it's kind of like we're updating the bike, we're updating the look of it, you know, giving it like that red and black, you know, with the 72 tins. But at the same time, we're also doing like some much needed maintenance items to it as well. So it's definitely needed on this bike. It's seen some miles, it's been neglected for a bit. Whenever I bought it from my friend Jerry, which was like over a year ago, like he hadn't ridden it in like probably a year or so. It's definitely good to go through it. Brake pads are looking good. Oh yeah, we are changing out the suspension. So I'm also going to get a couple things from DK Customs. What I used on my, was it the 48 that I built and gave away that had the white tank, the black fenders, and then I did the white walls. I made it into like a bobber hardtail. So they have these rigid mounts that basically go from here to there that replaces the shock. And so we're going to go with, I want to say 11 inch. Pretty sure they're 11 inch ones. And so that'll basically like drop the rear fender a bit and make that fender gap between the tire and the fender a lot smaller. So it's a really cool look. And since we're doing away with the suspension here, we're going to do a pan and a seat and basically like a Springer seat for it. I don't know, like a modern kind of bobber chopper-ish vibe to it. So that's the plan. But as of me recording this right now, it is Friday, and so we've got parts on order, so hopefully they should be here beginning of next week. My plan was to not have this bike on this lift for too long because I do have other projects that I need to get moving on. Right, bud? Boop. Hopefully we can get those parts in and we can get this knocked out pretty quick, you know, early next week. Oh yeah, I got a replacement fuel line coming here as well. So the fuel line that goes into the tank right here, because this one is not the goodest. That's got a pretty good kink in it, and then whenever I was removing it from the last one, it was kind of fighting me. So that's an aftermarket one because the last one was leaking pretty good. See you guys whenever all the parts come in. All right, what's up all you cool cats and kittens? Welcome back to the Harley Davidson Sportster Iron 72 Hybrid whatever build. You guys drop your thoughts, comments of what we should call this thing down in the comment section below.
You want to just call it the Iron 72?
The Iron 72?
Yeah.
Works for me. Keeps it simple. 72 tins on the iron body. So I got in the lights, which is one of those things I was waiting for to get the rear wheel back on. So we got these, I probably didn't hear that, but he said little kid cheering noises. Whenever you work with a YouTuber for so long, like he's in the background editing for me.
I just want Justin to hear it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Justin, do the little kid cheering noises. All right, so I got these Arlen Nest lights in, which I have on my personal Sportster, the OG Iron, or the F*** You Sportster as we named it. Currently sitting at. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be aggressive.
It is aggressive.
Yeah, we're going for 120 horsepower on this thing. We got it at 111. What was the torque on it? About the same, right around there?
Oh, hell no. Torque was low. It was like 80.
Yeah? Yeah. Significantly more than stock, though. So it's got the Hammer 1275 on it. The bike screams. We're doing some more work to it, obviously. But, yeah, the taillights that I put on this one. Made a video on it like 4 years ago. Probably longer than that. Probably like 5 years ago now. But these things are crazy bright. Go ahead and flip it on here for you. There you go. Get the brake. Yeah, we're just gonna basically wire these up. So you put this, they come separate, so this little bolt, and you thread it into the end of the light, and they have wiring instructions. So like I said, this isn't a how-to video, but just showing you guys what I'm doing. Put all these through there, and then this thing has like a little indent so that you can press that in, and it sets just like that. And then you take the nut, thread it on the inside, tighten that down, throw some Loctite on it, and when you're wiring up, obviously you're going to your stock harness, and then there's a little spot actually in the fender here. This is why I left the tire off, that you can route that wire that goes in to that little piece right there, and then bam, you've got your wiring here, you've got your stock harness here, which if you guys remember I cut. The weird thing about these is you're not going to match up, you know, purple to purple, black to black, blue to blue. That would be just way too convenient and easy. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. The how-to video covers all that stuff. I did have to remove the battery because this bike has been setting for a while. This battery, totally dead. And thanks to whoever sold this battery back in the day, there's no date punched on it. I don't even know when the battery is from. So I got to get a battery for this one that holds a little bit of a charge so I can test the wiring, so that I can basically get these wired up to where they are functional. So let's go do that. All right, so check it out. We've got power, kick, power. But one thing I did not think about is the fact that I don't have anything in this toolbox to work. This f***ing comedian today.
I said you started with the Scottish, semi-Scottish accent, and I was like, oh no. And then you went to English for a moment, and I was like, oh no, don't do that one. And then you went to yours, and I was like, yep, that's better. And I'm just back here talking shit.
F***ing guy, peanut gallery over here. Hey, you got the coffee?
Hey, this f***ing Goomba over here, huh?
Get the
What was that? Oh,
Is that the double chef's kiss? The coffee. Yeah, the coffee.
Shut the f up, huh?
I ain't got the coffee. As I was saying before, Peanut Gallery chimed in over here. I got nothing to work on electric, so I got to run to Harbor Freight and buy some shit. So I might need a wire tester, some heat shrink. Chris has all of it, but I'm tired of asking him for it, so I'm just gonna go buy my own. Yeah, that'd be perfect. All right, jumping back into the Harley Davidson 72 iron build.
Hey,
You,
teacher?
Chris, yes,
Teacher?
you may speak.
So yeah, what are you doing over here? What are you calling it? What's going on?
I just haven't found it. I think 72 iron.
Did you put the wrench there, or has it been chilling like that for a while?
Yeah, I put it there just now because I'm getting ready to take the suspension out. Suspension. We can even call it that on a Sportster.
What are you putting on?
So we're putting
Solid struts?
some 11-inch beefy solid struts from DK Customs. So this segment of the episode brought to you by DK Customs. So I mentioned it earlier in the episode how I usually use their tank lift, coil ignition relocation, and all that stuff, just because they're really quality, like heavy steel, made in the US. And the last one that I got, as you guys saw, broke. That was made out of Chinesium.
That's my least favorite material.
Yeah, we do see it break pretty often, unfortunately, so don't buy cheap shit for Harleys. So yeah, we got a bunch of parts in here from DK Customs. So we got the beefy struts, which are the solid struts we're going to replace this
beefy.
with. We do have that Springer seat, which you guys saw in the previous clip. We also have a vertical mounting arm, which is for the plate, and then a 2-inch Sportster model tank lift kit. So we're doing just a 2-inch lift on that.
Jamie packed that one.
Yep, and Amber
Daryl
on these. So good job, Jamie, Amber,
and Daryl.
Daryl. That
Is it Daryl? See, it's D-E-R.
It's quality packaging right there.
It looks like Daryl.
Oh, it is a Daryl.
It's Daryl, not Daryl.
Oh, my bad.
Daryl.
Sorry about that, Daryl. Anyways, DK Customs, you guys be sure to go check them out.
He's like, that's not my f***ing name.
That's how it's spelled on the packaging, man. It probably is pronounced Daryl. Just
What if it's Daryl? I mean,
Daryl, if you want to comment,
Yeah,
Daryl,
comment.
if you want to comment down in the
you
comments
gotta
section.
let us know.
Yeah.
How does it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Big
Earl
thanks.
Or
Big thanks to Amber, Jamie, and Daryl and DK Customs for this stuff. Appreciate you.
guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we're gonna get to putting this stuff on and
Stefan?
putting this stuff on, which means we got to take that stuff off and throw it in the trash where it belongs.
It's definitely Daryl.
Thanks, Daryl.
And we're back in the Blockhead Garage. That's like a combination between you and Shade Tree, that voice.
Yeah.
What's up, Block fam? Back in the garage, working on the Sportster Iron 72, narrated by her two wheels today. So Blockhead is teaching me about not a whole lot in particular, but I'm learning, so.
Fuel lines, injectors, and how this aftermarket one sucks because it leaks. So I took one off of the old tank. I definitely need to get a new one because this one kind of binds up right there.
Oh,
Which
that's a kink.
didn't actually impact it because, I mean, you're really not moving like too much fuel as you're, you know, little spritz. These are on back order from Harley Davidson, so unfortunately I'm basically having to use one off of the previous tank that we're gonna have custom painted. Just trying to get this damn bike off the lift so I can get the next bike on the lift to start working on that.
Very close, very close.
So big thanks to Jess for being my camera person there for a second. That was pretty cool. Maybe I should hire a camera person. Nah. Anyways, so making some progress on the Sportster. So this was a little leaky, so basically the fuel line that goes into the fuel pump, it's like 2 rubber seals, and this bike's been setting for a little bit. I basically cleaned it out, plugged it in, took it out, plugged it in, took it out. Each time I did it, it leaked a little less each time. So right now, it is not leaking at all. I've had it here for a while, and there's no drips or anything, and so I'm thinking we are good to go there. So I will remount the coil there. And then we've got some final little pieces. This bike is almost done. I can get off the freaking lift. So we got some final pieces from DK Customs. We've got the complete breather system for Harley Sportster, Big Twin, and Evo. So this is just a black 1.5-inch velocity stack. So it basically sets out here. And then we've got the V-stack screen with the filter and the Stealth air cleaner brackets. So that's the support bracket that will go here. So the breather system, basically it'll externally vent. Most people go down, and then like there'll be a little vent. You guys remember on my original Sportster, instead of going down, I went up. So basically I went bloop, bloop. There's a little filter here. I like the look of it. I think some people probably didn't, but I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna get this all installed and on. Also, Rogue Rider Industries, longtime partner of the channel. They sent out some lighting. So we've got the LED front turn signals, Black Label Special Edition. So white running lights with amber and turn signals. We got the smoked lens caps. So basically we're gonna replace these. I didn't even realize that one was missing. So basically change out the amber. And then we also have a LED 5.75 Moto Illumination LED headlight, which is that right there. Incredibly bright LED headlight. Basically what started as like a quick little like, ooh, let's swap the tins on this bike, turned into a whole freaking thing. Pretty typical of me and Blockhead Garage. It's just kind of what happens around here. Even after I get this stuff on here, I'm going to continue to add like a couple little touches on here, since we've got the red, the black, and now the brass coloring in there across the paint set. I'm going to incorporate more brass. The grips, they do have a little bit of brass on there already. So yeah, just a couple little touches here and there, and it'll just be a cool, you know, Harley Davidson 72 iron hybrid. So let's get to work on the rest of those things, and then we'll hopefully it'll crank up. We'll see. Well, I almost got through the whole project without cutting myself, and then I cut myself because I was trying to use this knife that I use that we made, Black Hawk knives. As I was basically cutting, pulling, my finger barely touched the end here, and it sliced right through that. I could not believe how easily it just sliced through my thumb. Blood, sweat, and beers. Need to grab a beer. We're pretty much to the point of taking it down off the lift. Got a new tank of gas right there, so going to pull it off the lift, put it outside, gas it up. Let's see if it starts. If it does, cool. We just got to register it, get a tag thrown on it, and it's good to ride. We'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. I mean, it needs more brass accents, but other than that, we're not really going crazy on this thing. All right, let's get off the lift. Gassed up, and we're here with Mad Detailing again. They said they're going to detail this 72.
Come on.
They're not actually going to detail it. It's not in that bad a condition. Plus, it didn't come out of a barn, so
It's definitely not dirty enough to
yeah, gonna try and start this thing. Fingers crossed. Some old gas in it. Let's see how it goes. I didn't hear it prime. Battery's dead. To be continued. All right, try number 2 with a little jumper. There you go. She starts up, she runs, she's looking good, she feels great. Ran it up and down the street a couple times. She's feeling real strong, real nice. That's just a good looking Sportster, you know? The red and the black. I'm a fan. All right, there you go. 72 iron hybrid bike, whatever, little small project. Throw them together in one episode. So big thanks to all the companies that threw some stuff our way. DK Customs on the air cleaners, the struts, the license plate mount, and then Rogue Rider Industries on the front lighting. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff that I used on this bike, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. Didn't use like a ton, but I mean, it's pretty much like a 72 iron hybrid with the stage 1 and then made into like a bobber. So we got the rigid mount struts, but they are reversible, and then we got the Springer seat on it, and then it's got a, well, I took it off, but it's got this Vance & Hines fuel pack. Not the biggest fan of these. We use Dynajet on pretty much like all of our stuff. Yeah, I'm going to talk to a local paint shop and getting this basically redone. So I'll definitely do some more bronze accents. Like I said, got the bars there, but then we'll do like some foot pegs and stuff like that. Also need to get these little inserts for the rear fender, plug those up. Gonna get it cleaned up, and yeah, just being a little extra one to add to the collection. Friends that want to come by the shop. Got a bunch of friends actually coming for bike week. I like to work on the bikes, but then I also like to share them. It's like one of my big things is like whenever my friends come and swing by and they need a bike to ride, I got you. Let me know what y'all's favorite part on the bike is in terms of the modifications that we did, besides the paint, the tins, because those are, I don't know, my favorite for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this one though. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. Lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job. If you guys are not subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon also, so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye. Bye. Bye, Chris. Chris is not in the mood to say bye. Or to subscribe. Or hit the like button. Or click the button. Later.